acceptance actually can make you stronger. When I was a teenager or when I was in my early 20s, I daydream a lot. I always imagine myself to be a completely different person. I look different, I act different. And now in my 30s, every time I imagine something, I always see myself. I have learned much more to accept who I am. Acceptance does not mean that you're weak and you can't change. Sometimes acceptance actually means that you are even more powerful and you are actually even more capable. I watched a podcast just the other day and the guest, Naval Ravikant, who is a very, very intelligent man. He says 99% of your life is a journey. So why don't you enjoy the journey? It's relevant to what we're going to talk about today because yes, 99% of the time we spend on our journey, but 100% of the time you spend the journey with you. Therefore, if you don't accept yourself, how are you going to enjoy the journey? When we were still young and ignorant, we're supposed to absorb like a blank canvas, all the wisdom that the world has to give us. But when we reach a certain age, we need to learn how to accept what we have. And we need to paint the picture with the materials that's at hand. Stoicism teaches us if it's something that's outside of our circle of control, we don't try to control them. We only work with what we can control. I've learned the valuable lesson that I should stop trying to please other people by acting a certain way that is not authentic to myself. There are things that has been set in stone with my personality and how I am. Of course, there are other parts of my personality, my ability that I can still fine-tune, but who I am is already here. And I'm going to work around it and make this personality work to the best of my advantage. Part of being mature means to make your demons work for you. Sometimes you win the battle. Sometimes you have to coexist with your flaws. And the difference between success and failure is that you will know how to use your defects, your flaws, your demons, and point them to the right direction. And they can actually serve you instead of enslave you. I know I have a bad temper. I know I have a short fuse. I can be overly protective. And I also know that I might think a little bit too logically. I'm not as emotionally attached. I can come off as too confrontational. The way I see it right now is that I will use all these defects or demons and point them towards the people that I need to show teeth to. The people that are threatening my existence or threatening the safety of the people that I love. I turn my demons into a protective armor and even a weapon. And it has proven to be really useful when the world is trying to test your boundaries. I've used that side of my defect to protect myself and to gain respect and to generate a certain kind of healthy fear in the people that I want to fear me. Accepting yourself is twofold. You accept your flaws, like what I have said. You also accept your strengths. I can be very considerate. I am very loyal. And I am a very self-exacting and sometimes self-torturing perfectionist. I used to use a lot of my strengths, but I use it on the wrong targets. A person who is exploiting me and doing nothing in return. But I will no longer use them to serve the people that I shouldn't serve. I am using my strengths to serve the people I love. My family, my loved ones, in the future, maybe my offsprings. Make sure that both sides of your character have the correct recipient. This is my statement about acceptance. I am pretty sure a decade down the line, 2 decades down the line, my lessons will change and my attitudes will change. At least I have learned that the word acceptance is not passive, is not weak. Using Stoicism as my guide, using everything that I already have and established, the good, the bad, and the ugly, to make my life happier, to serve the people that I love better. And now, every time I daydream is me in every scenario. Every time I draw, I paint, it is me that is in the picture instead of some imagined character that I used to envision. No matter how flawed I am me, and I'm the driver of this vehicle that is going to go down the timeline that is my life. And I want to enjoy the ride. I'm going to learn along the way and modify this as well. But there's no denying that I don't want to be anybody else but who this person is. And I don't want any other vehicle to carry the luggage that I already have and to carry all the treasure that I have gathered. And I hope you can feel the same. Happy growing. And I'll see you guys next time in 闪颖 Blinglish 小语课堂. Bye.